Hello there guys, welcome to Mark Shrimp Tanks. In today's video, we are going to do a little update on our Fluval Stratum substrate because it has been a little while. We're going to have a look and we'll see exactly how long it has been. I think it's been about 10 months. And in that time we've probably been losing about a shrimp every week or so. And the numbers are gradually decreasing and decreasing, and it's now at the point where if I don't intervene and do something, then we're probably not going to be able to breed these shrimp much longer in that tanker, because guys, in a nutshell, since they've been in there, there was a lot. There was like 40 or 50 shrimp, right? It is whittled down to about 20 shrimp. If I don't start to do something now, then eventually, as I said, we'll lose the colony, because yeah, I'm seeing buried shrimp now and again, but there's literally no babies at all, right? And I can see what the issue is, but I'm surprised at the soil, because you think with it being called Fluval Shrimp Stratum that it would be nutrient rich, at least to the point where it would be good enough to feed baby shrimp, right? So yeah, let's have a little look and we'll see how long it has been up and running exactly. Right guys, so here's the tank. The shrimp are quite active. I did a little 5 litre water change in here earlier on. That's why the water looks a little bit stirred up. You can see them at the back there. They're quite active. This tank has an Asian style filter at the back. It has a little bit of zeolite in there, and it has a double sponge filter, right? And I would say the plant growth is okay. Look at the lovely green algae on the sponge though. Plant growth is okay. Java fern growth is, I would say, stunted. This is actually Phosidens over here, and I would say it's also starting to become stunted, right? So I think we need to change something here, or yeah, we're eventually just going to lose the colony completely, I think. And my solution, guys, to this would be to start adding a little drop fertilizer to the tanks. Now, so I have a bottle of Seachem Flourish there. The dose is it 1 milligram a litre? It's lower, I think it's 0.8 milligrams a litre, something like that, right? But that's a little bit too small for me to calculate. So I'm just going to go with 1 mil per, it's not per litre, it's 1 mil per 40 litre. That would have sounded bad if I'd made this video and given people advice on what ferts to put in the 1 mil. Can you imagine you've put in 40 millilitres of fert into a tank? Oh my god. Can you imagine, right? So this amount is very, very small. I have it here in a little cup, let me show you. And we're going to add it to this tank. We're going to give it a little bit longer. I want to try and give this tank at least maybe 3 or 4 weeks longer, 5 weeks, something like that, before I decide whether or not I'm going to change it. Because yeah, I do have a lot of Akadama here, and there's a shop that's just opened up recently, not that far away from me, that actually sells shrimp soils. It sells some shrimp soils, so we have plenty of options. But if this tank doesn't start to produce and for us to see some kind of results, then we should change it, right? There's no point in sticking with a dead tank. Right, so let's put our little amount in the water. 1 mil. Let's put it into the flow here. And we'll see if this does anything, right? And guys, when I'm saying seeing if it does anything, what I will be looking for is a little bit better growth in the plants. And I want to see a little explosion in here of life. I want to see stuff all over the glass. I want to see some kind of biofilm growth. There is like the odd tiny little snail. But I don't see anything like cyclops or nothing like that, right? And I mean, the shrimp are healthy enough, so I'm thinking it's maybe just a lack of food that we're not seeing the proper things in this tank. Let me see, what is the date? 18th of the 1st, it is, I think it's like the 25th or 26th of the 10th. So this tank has been up and running for quite a while. And I made this mistake with Shrimp King soil and leaving it for too long, and you know, I should have just changed it sooner rather than later. And yeah, as soon as we changed it, guys, we started to see results in having baby booms and stuff in Akadama. As I was saying, I have quite a bit of Akadama here, so we're not short of ideas. Let me see, I'm not sure if it says on here anywhere how much we have. I think this is an 11 litre bag, So we have 44 litres or something. I have another bag of this outside actually. I'll have to remember and bring it in before the weather gets too bad. But yeah, we have all this to play with. This tank will be getting redone if it doesn't start to improve real soon. And one of the tanks that will be getting done very rapidly will be this tank up here. You guys have already heard me say this, because this tank here is now ready. Let me just lower this down so you can see it. This was an Amazonia gold substrate tank. It's looking a little bit dull, guys, because I've recently changed the light on it. I've actually removed one of the bigger lights and then it's on one single light, but it doesn't look too bad, does it? What I'm also noticing with the ADA gold is the moss is growing really well at the back. You can see, if you can see it past all this glare, then you can see that it is there. Right, so my idea was this: give this tank down here a few more weeks, see how it goes. And guys, I'm going to start to actually move some of the shrimp out of that tank into this tank. Now this is my Red King Kong tank, but it also has a couple of pandas in here, and they're doing fine. I think the panda in here is buried, so I'm expecting babies in this tank real soon. And then we'll see what happens with this one. As I said, this is the super red crystals up here. Not super red. God, I always say the wrong name in my videos. It is the fancy red crystals. Fancy, is that right? Fancy tiger. My God, I'm so bad at this. These ones have always annoyed me with the name. So these ones are super crystals over here. These are the fancy crystal reds over here. And so these are the tiger type crystal red mixes in this tank. This tank has had a little bit of an issue where, yeah, it's like the odd dead shrimp every other day in here. And guys, I've actually tested this tank and I can see that the pH is starting to climb above 6.5 rate, and I think that's probably the danger zone, getting up into that kind of height of pH, because I think it's about then that all your ammonium, if there is any ammonium in the tank, there will be, it starts to convert into ammonia, which isn't good, and it's probably why the survival rate on a lot of the youngsters is quite low. So this tank down here is actually ready. I've been testing with a couple of shrimp in here for more than a week. The tank has been set up for probably about 3 months. The tank is looking really good actually. It's looking like it will be awesome for breeding shrimp. There's really an awful lot of macrofauna in here. The couple of shrimp that I put in here as well, I've seen them like zooming around. So it's a healthy tank. We're going to move all these guys in here down to that tank, and then we're going to restart this tank with Akadama. Oh God, that was a long talk, wasn't it? Guys, I'll bring you back in a little while if that tank does okay. I don't want to go on about other tanks and other things I'm going to do when the video is just to tell you about this Fluval Stratum. I will let you know how it goes, okay? See you in the next one. Happy shrimp keeping.